What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode number 52 of The Climb here with Luzenak today. It's our European debut, everyone. We've got a Europa League to, try and navigate through. It's going to be tricky. We entered it as the number 4 seeds. I'm not going to hide it from you. Here is our group. It's not really a group of death. Fiorentina, Hertha Berlin, and Besiktas. And as I said, starting today, we are going to be taking on Besiktas. But just have a quick peek at the group. You can see the teams here. We've got Italian teams, German teams and Turkish teams alongside ourselves. This is not an easy group by any means. This is going to be a little bit difficult. And, we're going to hope to get off to a good start because ourselves as 4th seeds taking on the 3rd seeds Besiktas will need to win this one, really. This, theoretically, if you believe the seedings, should be the easiest game. And there is a degree of expectation about European football this year. You can see they want us to be competitive, but we're expected to qualify for the Euro 2 through the league. Realistically, I would like to be targeting getting out of our group here in the Europa League, so that's the aim there. And, in the league, as you can just see from this little preview here, things are going very well. Obviously, we lost the opening game of the season. We've done well since then. I always feel a little awkward as a creator when this happens, but it does happen. You lose your first game of the year that's a live com, and then you win 4 in a row. And, to be fair, they've not been comfortable games, or at least all of them haven't been comfortable. But we have looked pretty blooming good. Last episode, I felt like we were a little unfortunate, to be honest. There was some really insane, kind of crazy long shots and free kicks scored against us. They got a third, obviously, as we were chasing. So we've knuckled down, we've done a little bit of transfer business, and we've got some good results. And, we started off with a good win against Angers. 4-0 it finished in this one. Kofi with 2 and Sesko with 2. Yes, 2 players who I think we are going to be relying on for goals this year. Sesko was one of our top goal scorers last year alongside Lopez. Kofi, to be fair, got a decent number of goals, although I always felt like he had more in the tank to give, and more in the tank he had to give here. Got off the mark for the season, I suppose, with 2. He got the opener. Sesko then grabbed a quick double. We were 3-0 up inside the first 30 minutes, which was nice. Kofi had a long shot from range, which squeezed past the keeper for goal number 4. And that was that. A 4-0 win at Lorraine au Sommet, a good start to our home form in the season. And, the very next game was against Monaco, which I think at the start of the series I would have told you is a game I dread. Given the fact that we beat them twice last year, I was quite excited for this one. And, Barry Marsden was excited too. He got a goal. Sesko got his second in, I was about to say in as many games, but no, he got us the second goal. It was actually his 3rd of the year, because I can do maths. So 2-0 up, we looked very, very good. And then Golovin scored a crazy long-range effort. You wondered if that might galvanise Monaco into some life with 12 minutes left. It didn't. They got the goal of the game, but it was their only goal of the game. 2-1 it finished, a good little win. And the next game against Nantes, the goals here are just a bit scrappy. I mean, Kenne's claimed both. He's going to be delighted about it. The second one barely crossed the line. It was not a particularly pretty result, but you know what? If you're going to do well this year, sometimes you've got to grind out results with unsexy goals. But nevertheless, great to see Kenny get 2 goals. Obviously, not really what we expect him to do. He's our segundo volante. But ever since he joined us last year, he's just kind of steadily performed quite well. You can see here this season, he started off with a 7.4 average rating. And he got a 7.06 as well last year, so he's doing okay. And he was the difference maker there. And then most recently against Saint Etienne, we got a good result. Ari, 2 crazy goals. The first was good. The second that he got, even better. It was crazy. So we scored the first, and then Moise Keane got a little lucky, or was it Tomov's mistake? I'll let you decide. The goalkeeping questionable. Sesko, if I'm not mistaken, then latched onto a long throw to make it 2-1, and 10 minutes later, we had a third, and this was just a crazy goal. Ari picking it up at the halfway line, there or thereabouts, maybe even inside our own half, and he just ran, and he just kept running, and he knew what he needed to do, and he finished it. And with that, we won 3-1. And the fact that Ari scored does mean we've not sold him this year. Great news, everyone. Obviously, he wants a move. He's trying to force a move, but I've managed to reject all the offers. And we didn't have that many particularly attractive offers. I will say the lists of teams who want to sign him is ever growing. What you can't see at the bottom is the fact that Tottenham, Real Madrid and Man City are also looking at him. Yes, there's lots of teams in this list, and it's a little bit concerning. Ari, you're here for now, mate. 33 million, he's transfer listed by request, which I'm not overly happy about. I did allude to perhaps some transfer business being done last episode, and I can tell you now that we have done a little bit, but not as much as you might expect. We had a deadline day bid for Lopez, and it might be a mistake, but Barcelona came along and they offered me £54 million. 54 million. I said no. I said no, and I probably would take 54 million if I was a bigger club, but I'm not. And I looked around before I rejected the bid. Was there someone I could bring in to be the Lopez replacement? And the simple answer was there wasn't. He's a very unique player. Obviously, we signed him as a freebie from Las Palmas last year, where he was a free agent after he was released. The reality is that I wasn't going to be able to replace him, and I don't need the money, everyone. We are just rolling in money right now. 72 million in the bank. I left last episode with a few youngsters I was looking at signing. If we do just sort our transfer dealings by date in reverse, you can see we did let a few players go. Pelissard went out on loan. Fomba has left permanently. Augustin Serra was perhaps the big notable sale. £11 million for the left back. Of course, he was our second choice left back. Signed for 4.4 million, didn't really shine, and Elect have taken a shine to him. And I just decided that because he'd been complaining so much, despite the fact I love the fact he's either-footed, I love the fact he can play on the left and right, he didn't wow me last year. 11 million was pretty good. So that did leave a left-back position to be resolved, which we kind of had already done a little bit with Ensocki coming in to be kind of third choice left back. But I needed another left back, and I found another left back. We've got a Nicolas Koza. Now, he's not as good by any means, but I think this guy is a more than adequate backup left back. Obviously, the big Brucey bonus here is he is also French. I know there's a small minority of you in the chat, in the comments, kind of complaining about the lack of French players. The sad reality is French players want a lot more money. I can't necessarily afford them and their wages. And for the quality that I need really to break into the first team now, it's money that I can't justify spending, and they would rather go to Monaco or PSG than me, unfortunately. So anyway, yeah, Koza has been signed. A few other youngsters we've signed for the future. I guess the pick of the bunch was Diamande, probably from Bastia. There were a few more that I was looking at last episode. I actually withdrew a few of the offers because there were a few that were either really injury prone or didn't have that much potential. But a few players for the future. Two players I do want to mention though. First, Sho Otani, who we've loaned straight away to Toulouse. 18 years old, Japanese international with 2 caps. He's pretty blooming good. He's very good, actually. He's a really, really good right back. We've loaned him out this year. Hopefully, he's going to get some regular league football. Unfortunately, he's been at the Asian Games recently, so he's yet to make his debut for Toulouse. We picked him up, though, for 4.6 million from Kashima Antlers, which is a really, really good deal, to be honest. I feel like 4.6 million could look like a bargain in a few years. Of course, he does use up a non-EU player slot, which I suppose is the downside, but we'll keep an eye on him. The fact he's only just turned 18, he moved on his birthday to join us, means I think he's got a really bright future ahead of him. Going to be keeping a keen eye on his development and just how much he features in Toulouse's squad this year. The other player we signed is Gakic. Answers on a Miroslav is just a cooler name, isn't it? Let's be honest. Either way, this guy is another Serbian. So yes, we've got 2 Serbs in the team now. Huskaric is celebrating. He's got a friend. His friend isn't quite as good as him, but he is 2 years younger. And yeah, you can see here looking at Miroslav, just a really, really good striker who can also play centre mid and right attacking mid. I did just hear the calls of perhaps, Jack, you might need another striker to go alongside Sesko, and I think that Miroslav here is going to be the kind of plan B striker. Although, to be honest, when you look at our team now, if you look at kind of the best 11, the starting 11, it's kind of a fairly familiar sight. But on the bench now, obviously, we've got Ortizin, the Mexican, who's absolutely nutty in a load of different positions, even if I do see his longer-term kind of featuring in the team coming as a defensive midfielder, kind of as a deep line playmaker. Obviously, Harvey Elliott we've signed permanently, has looked very, very good since he joined us last year. Huskaric we signed midway through last year, great player to have on the bench, and now Miroslav adds to that list. Yes, we have really good options now. We are at a position where we have game-changing players who can come on off the bench. I guess the most notable thing was, despite all those players we've signed, we didn't really sell anyone more of note. And as I said, Lopez got bids on him. Ari did get a few bids. I think the biggest we had was 15 million from Bayern Munich, but we'd already told him, we're not selling you for less than 35 million. Ultimately, I think we've got a really, really good squad here. I talked about Kofi coming in and doing well. Well, I was going to say he's been improving a lot lately. Of course, now when I look at his profile, there's red arrows everywhere. But previously, he was improving a lot. Obviously, he is a very good player. Capped for France's under-21s. Julian Blaise, I'm still weighing up the possibility of possibly signing back. But to be honest, with the ways in which we've improved the first team, it's difficult to see him finding a spot on the bench at the moment, which is kind of a testament to how good the squad here is that we are building. But no, on the whole, Very happy, and we've started the season pretty good since the Nancy game, and I'm hoping that today we're going to carry some momentum. Obviously, the squad as a whole, I've talked about the bench. The bench is great, but we've also got some good men in the reserves, and of course this year, with it being our first season in Europe, there is going to be points this season in which we need to rotate the team quite a lot, in which, you know, the reserve team players, the second choice right back, the second choice left back, they're going to have to play games for us, so that's going to be a big challenge in itself, I suppose. Just can they live up to it? Can we maintain league form whilst also challenging in Europe? If you've ever played Football Manager, you know that the first season in this kind of competition is always a bit of a challenge. Just because you go into it and you have to bulk up the squad to compete on multiple fronts. And, well, we've done that. I feel like we'd already done that a few years ago, to be honest. But I like the team that we've got. And today, because we're still early on in the year, we can go full strength for this game against Besiktas. So, yeah, let's see how we get on. European debut. After we lost the last live con 3-0, I kind of want to see us make amends here, but this is one of those games where there's quite a lot of unknown factors, I suppose. We've never taken on a non-French team before. This is, it's a venture into the dark, and hopefully we're going to come out with a torch. I guess really you should go into the dark with a torch, but we've forgotten it. We're going to hope that there's been one left in there for us. Maybe Kofi can find it down this left-hand side. He is tackled, but only as far as Felipe Jonathan, the Brazilian, of course, 27 years old, a leader in the dressing room. Ari has an effort. It's saved. It falls to Sesko, who's got that striking instinct in him, that sixth sense that allows him to know where the ball's going to drop. Really nicely worked around. Felipe Jonathan at left wing-back, doing his thing, supporting Kofi, beats a man, whips the ball back post. You thought Ari was going to score it goalwards. Maybe a degree of questionability about the keeper, but it fell to Sesko. He tucks it in at the back post and makes it 1-0 after 2.5 minutes. That's not a bad way to start our European campaign. Molan Adriano getting a booking is a slightly more concerning way, perhaps, to open up the first 10 minutes as Haskic brings the ball forward. Now with Barreca, who keeps it in. Galvez misses his tackle. Worth noting that Galvez is in the team today due to an injury at right back, but I still have quite a lot of faith in him. I still like Galvez. He's a good egg, is Galvez. He's a very good egg. Please don't get sent off now, Galvez. Don't look, be a good egg. Good egg. Just keep saying good egg, Jack, and he'll do good things. Plays it inside to Lopez. Let's build it out from the back, everyone. Brass, of course, the young Portuguese deep line playmaker, dinks through Sesko. Great ball. Sesko through. Can't finish it. More difficult, perhaps, than his first effort on goal, which was the open goal for the rebound. But you probably would expect and hope that he's going to score that kind of opportunity. Maybe we can make something of the set piece. Brass trying to force an error out as Besiktas go back to their keeper and he gets it away. I mean, statistically, we're not dominating possession by any means, but all the chances are going our way, and Poco is going to go here, you imagine. Referee, give him the red card. Andre, get off the pitch. Get off the pitch. That was disgusting. Two-footed, through the back. Besiktas down him. And let's have a party, everyone. Let's score a few. Let's make this a rout. Noah and Kene. Got 2 goals against Nantes. What can he do here? Go on, Kene. Go on, Kene. Go on. Go on. I mean, I knew in my heart it was never going in, but I wanted to just try. I was trying to be a hype man for him, you know? Maybe I should have just been more realistic with him from the beginning, but I wanted to believe in him. And maybe that was the error. Anyway, we've not scored since that second-minute goal, despite them being a man down for the best part of this first half. And in fact, that one chance for Keno, the only highlight of the half. 20 shots, though. I feel like we were pretty dominant before the red card. If anything, the red card's just helped us on our merry way a little bit. Of course, the worst thing at this point now would be to get another red card for ourselves and make it 10v10. So let's be well disciplined here. But I would like a goal, and Ari, he's looking hungry for a goal here as well. If it's anyone else, I'd probably complain about them shooting from there. But his finishing, as of late, has been a little bit crazy. So I'm perfectly fine with him having a go from there. And now we're gone. Let's make some changes. Kofi, you have been awful, mate. Huskaric, come in. And you know what, Lopez, you can come off for Ortiz, I think. Obviously, as I mentioned, Ortiz, I think longer term will play a deeper defensive midfield role, but the beauty of him is he can pretty much play anywhere down the spine of a team. Can play centre mid, centre attacking mid, striker. We're going to stick him in the number 10 role and see what he can do for half an hour. Galvez, throw inside to Brass. Back with Galvez. Can he get the ball into the box? He can. Back post, Huskaric is there. Falls to Felipe Jonathan, who was involved in the first goal with not an assist, but a pass. I'll tell you what, he's got more than a pass and a secondary assist there. That is his first goal for the club, first goal of the season. He is wearing the captain's armband as well, if I'm not mistaken. And well, Galvez at right back whips it. I don't think he's aiming for the left back by any means, but what an effort. On the half volley, the ball's dropping onto his foot. He catches it perfectly, 2-0. And I'm going to say it now. Game, set, match, Luzenac. What a start to our European campaign. And to be honest, it's never looked in doubt, has it? They've not had a shot on target all game. I've got one last sub in me. You know what? James Connolly, just come on, James. Just stretch your legs, make your European debut, wave to the crowd, enjoy it, savour it. 2-0. What a performance that is, though. Very, very, very pleased indeed. That sets us up quite nicely for the next couple of games. You can see we received £500,000 for that, which is not insignificant. Jonathan, we need to give him a little bit of praise. If we just look here, you can see that Proper is our captain, although he's kicked up a little bit of a stink. I kind of do want to strip him of the captaincy, to be honest. But Felipe Jonathan taking the captain's armband with his 19 leadership, and he was pretty good in that last game, if I might say so myself. I did mention at right back the injury. You can see Kylian Sardella's currently out injured, just with a little knock. Not too much of a concern there, but wasn't worth risking, which is why Galvez has played. You can see here that we have got Lyon and PSG in our next two games. Thank you, Football Manager, for giving me a nice, easy run of games. Whilst those games could be kind of semi-important, we do also have them already scheduled to be back-to-back in February. So I feel like we'll do those two games as a live com doubleheader there. Knowing my luck, the French Cup or European football will mean that they all get nudged around, but I think we'll delay doing them for now. In terms of when we'll be back next time, I'm not entirely sure yet. We might see how the Europa League is shaping up. I feel like this season, Europe's where it's at. You know, you want to see us go away to Hertha Berlin, maybe, or away to Fiorentina, or even the home game against Fiorentina, whenever that may be. I feel like that's where the real story lies. We're bored of Liga now. We're going continental, everyone. And, well, I hope you're ready. Besiktas certainly weren't there, were they? What a great win in our debut. Very, very pleased with just how convincing that performance was. Even with the red card, we looked good kind of prior. And great to see Sesko get a goal. Another one for his collection. 5 goals in 6 in all competitions in the league this year. Pretty good, Benjamin. Pretty good. Anyway, that's going to wrap up everything from me. As I, well, appreciatively nod towards Benjamin, you guys are more than welcome to tune out. I'm going to have my hair cut before tomorrow's episode, to savour this while you can. It's not even that long, is it? I don't know why I'm telling you about my haircut. I thought you might want to know, because people seem to care about my hair in videos when it changes drastically. You've got 24 hours notice. I'll see you tomorrow where it looks different. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. It is me, Jack. And I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Where are we going here? Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye.